वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। Let's pray to our parents. Let's pray to all the great masters, rishis, and sages who have given us this knowledge. Let's pray to our Kula Devata. Let's pray to our Ishta Devata. Let's pray to the Rashi Mandala, the Graha Mandala, and the Nakshatra Mandala. Pray and seek their blessings so that we are bestowed with this divine knowledge by which we can help ourselves and also the society. Thank you. So, I hope all of you have gone through the PDF to understand the different combinations and to also understand the remedies required. I have been getting a lot of questions regarding the combinations and remedies to be followed. Everything is there in the PDF. In case the points are not there, you can always refer to the last week's recording. The link has been posted in the group. You can just listen to that. I know there have been a lot of points in the last session, so it might be a bit difficult to remember. But if you go through it, because since you have the recording as well as the PDF, it is self-explanatory. It's very simple to follow also, and all the remedies are given. And see, whatever combinations I'm telling, whether it is with Rahu or Ketu, you have to understand that these are two karmic planets that are here to teach us great lessons. There's nothing to be scared. It's a very easy thing. If you follow the remedies, things will become very easy. So you don't have to get scared of the combinations, and you don't have to make things complicated. It is very simple. Very simple remedies. If you follow also, you'll be able to overcome the negative effect of these planets. So in the last session, I explained about Rahu in detail. So this session, we are going to study about Ketu. So I'll be sharing the screen. And before I start the session, I would also like to remind you to follow the guidelines while asking the questions. Girish sir has put some points. He has explained it very clearly how to go about it. I would request each one of you to follow that, because the questions should pertain to only the topic. Please do not ask any of your personal horoscopes, and you should ask only one question so that everybody gets an opportunity to ask. Yeah. So today's is the 15th session. We are going to explore about the different combinations of the planets along with Ketu and their results. So we are going to study this in detail. So when I talk about Ketu, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? When we spoke about Rahu, we spoke about illusion, obsession, desires, and what do you say, manipulation, illusions, stubbornness, all these things. And when you talk about Ketu, what is it that comes to your mind? Ketu is exactly the opposite of Rahu. See, both Rahu and Ketu are karmic planets. That means they are here to help us clear our karmas. And in the process, we learn so many lessons which will transform our lives. They are here to teach us lessons. If we, as if we are able to understand what they are trying to teach us, things become very easy for us. We'll be able to sail through all the difficulties very easily. And Rahu is the head of the snake and Ketu is the tail. See, both of them teach you lessons or give you lessons in their own style. Rahu is like, the poison of the snake is in its mouth. So, Rahu has got the capacity to swallow because it has got endless desires. Those desires, once a desire gets fulfilled, immediately there's another desire which arises. So the desires are endless. So Rahu creates a kind of circumstance where you are never satisfied with what you have. You want to have more and more and more. Whereas Ketu is the tail of the snake. See, when a person is tied up, imagine you are tied up with a rope. What will you feel? You will feel very suffocated. You will feel restricted. You want to break the bond. In the same way, Ketu kind of ties you up, so which creates suffocation. So both of them act in different ways, completely different ways. But at the end of the day, the reason behind their action is our own past life karmas. So you should not blame the planets. This I keep on telling again and again. You should never blame the planets. They are just playing a role. They're carrying out they're like delivery boys, you can say. What you have ordered, that is what you're going to get. So what you have sowed, that is what you're going to reap. So they are going to give the results of your own actions. So whatever we are experiencing today, only we are responsible. It's not the planets. The planets are just indicators. They just tell us where we have to correct ourselves for a better life. Okay. So when I was talking about, I was talking about Ketu. Ketu represents detachment, isolation, a complete feeling of detachment, separation, then intuition, a critic, finding faults in everything. That is the nature of Ketu. Where Rahu is completely involved with materialistic aspect of the world, Ketu is about the spiritual aspect of our lives. So Ketu talks about spirituality, whereas Rahu talks about materialistic things. So it's more about uh, becoming isolated, becoming separate, and more about an introspection, inward journey. That is what Ketu is. So this kind of planet, when it get associates with other planet, how is it going to affect their quality, or how is it going to influence the karakattvas of the other planet? So we'll study that in detail. So uh, coming to the first planet, that is Sun. Sun is all about your soul, your ego, your authority, your administrative capacities, then what do you say, your vitality, and your inner self, your atma, your confidence, father, your status. All this is Sun. So when Ketu is placed along Sun, what happens? A kind of detachment happens. Detachment with what? You want to get detached from recognition, from authority. You don't want any kind of name and fame. You want to be detached from all that. You don't like any kind of, you don't want to have that kind of authority. You're not interested in it. So you're completely detached from name, fame, and recognition. Then even though the person has the ability, the person doesn't want any kind of recognition. for his ability. He wants to be behind the scenes, or we can say he doesn't want to be in the limelight. He's not interested in it. And son is father or authority, a person in authority. So there'll be some kind of complicated relationship with the father, or there'll be a detachment or separation from the father. And here, strong spiritual inclination will be there. It's like the person will have a strong inclination to discover his true identity. See, status and all is for the outside world. What we are truly, to discover that is the nature of Ketu when it is associated with Sun. So, Sun is Atma. So, Ketu means you want to discover your own self. You want to know what you are truly, not what you are to the society, but what you are truly. That you want to discover. That's the inclination you'll have. So sometimes there'll be a confusion in your identity, or there'll be a loss of confidence. You may not be having that much of confidence because Sun is confidence. When Ketu comes along with Sun, there'll be lack of confidence. You'll not have the confidence. And if Sun is well placed, that is strongly placed, either in Aries where it is exalted or in Leo, what happens? This combination will give you a lot of energy. But if Sun is weak, then Ketu will suck up all the energy of the Sun. And you'll also, you will not have that much of confidence. So physically, there will be weakness because Sun is also vitality. So Ketu will create a kind of, it will suck up the energy. You will not be that energetic. You will feel very weak. Or Ketu also talks about some guilt feeling that has been carried over from your past lives. And the person might be an introvert. He will not be very much interested in mingling with the society. He'll be an introvert. And many a times people with this combination, they'll have self-pity. That is always, they'll be feeling that they have been wronged. Some kind of self-pity will be there. And they want others also to show pity for their troubles. So if you see that person, they'll always, physically, if you see, they'll not walk straight. They'll have a bent spine, a drooped shoulder, a pessimistic kind of an attitude. They'll always talk pessimistic kind of things. So pessimistic kind of attitude. So basically, the optimism of the Sun is clouded by the characteristics of Ketu, or Ketu influences the Sun in such a way that the person, the energy or the optimistic nature is not there. That is what happens with Sun Ketu combination. Let's study the next combination, that is Moon with Ketu. Now, what is Moon? Moon represents your mind, your emotions, your feelings, your nurturing quality, that is the ability to nurture your mother, comfort, nourishment, emotions, sensitivity, all that is the quality of the moon. So when Ketu gets connected with moon, this will give you a kind of emotional detachment. You'll not get attached emotionally to anybody. There'll always be a kind of a detachment. You might be with someone, but emotionally you'll not get attached. There'll be a kind of a detachment. Then this individual will have a highly intuitive mind, because Ketu is intuition. Intuition means the person can sense what is going to happen in the future, or the next moment what is going to happen. He'll have a kind of a sense, that this is going to happen, this is going to happen. That kind of feeling will always be there. That is intuition. When Moon Ketu combination is there, such an individual will have a strong sense of intuition and a very sensitive mind. difficult, and but these people will have difficulty in expressing their emotions, because Ketu is detachment and Ketu is obstruction. So, moon is about emotions. When Ketu comes with moon, such a person will not be able to express his emotions. It is not that they are not having emotions, they are having emotions, they are having feelings, but it will be difficult for them to express it to the outer world. And all the time, there'll be kind of a dissatisfaction in their mind. Emotionally, they'll not be satisfied. So we can say a kind of a disturbed mind. Always, they feel that there is something lacking. A kind of, you don't feel complete, or you don't feel that happiness. You always feel that there is something which you are lacking, and relationship with the mother may not be that good, or they have a detached, they're separate from their mother, we can say. They might not be living with their mother, or there'll be a kind of detachment from their mother also. And they'll have a lot of interest in meditation, occult sciences, and spirituality. Ketu will detach you from the person. I mean, if it is connected with the planet, whichever person that planet is related, I mean, telling about that, from that person, Ketu will detach. For example, if it is connected with sun, sun represents father. So you'll have a detached nature with your father. Moon represents your mother. So you'll be detached from your mother, or the relationship might not be that very great with your mother. And mentally also, a kind of a detached mentality you'll be having. You want to be alone, and you like meditation, spirituality, occult science. So people who are having this combination, if they do meditation, they'll feel lot of peace. That emotional disturbance will reduce to a very great extent. And one thing is, these people can do multitasking in their mind. That means many thoughts will be running at the same time. And spiritually, they'll do very good, um, good in creativity. And so that turbulence, emotional turbulence will be there. But if they get into some kind of spiritual practice, meditation, or yoga, it will control the mind to a very great extent, and they'll feel peaceful. Then the next planet is, you have Ketu and Mars. Now, this is kind of a volcanic combination, we can say, because Mars is also Agni Tattva, Ketu is also Agni Tattva. So what happens is, Mars is all about your courage, energy, action, then aggressiveness, competitive spirit, strength, physical strength, all that. When Ketu gets along with Mars, sometimes, not all the time, sometimes it gives too much of aggression, cruelty, or high self-confidence, we can say. And very sharp and intense energy. The energy will increase, very sharp and intense energy. And even Mars is an impulsive planet. When it comes along with Ketu, Ketu is headless. Headless means it cannot think. With whichever planet it is associated, it will just influence its quality on it, but it cannot think by itself. So here what happens, the impulsiveness of Mars will increase. Mars is a planet which is very impulsive. So that impulsiveness will increase. And the courage of Mars will also increase. Sometimes, they become extremely courageous. Even without thinking, they will act. So that can happen. It's like a warrior kind of a mentality. You have seen a warrior, a fighter, a person who is in an army. They will risk their life also for the sake of the country. They'll risk their life. It is not possible for everybody to do that. But this kind of extreme courage or bravery can come with Mars and Ketu. And sometimes there'll be too much of anger, and that anger will be internalized. That means they'll not express it outside, it will be internalized. But there'll be some point where suddenly they'll burst, and for some small instance or some situation where that complete thing will burst and they'll be extremely angry. So people with Mars and Ketu, they'll do good in surgery. They'll be usually very good at surgery. So they'll have that interest towards that field. Engineering is also a good field for it. Martial arts. See, martial arts is one area where they take up martial arts, they can channelize this intense energy. They can channelize this energy. So any kind of physical form, any kind of sport or martial art, even yoga, all these things will help to channelize their energy, especially martial art, because that is where you use your, to hit the other person. You use all your energy to defend yourself. So this kind of combination will help in that field. And it's like there'll be a lot of fearless action when Mars and Ketu is there. They'll not have that fear at all, and they'll not even think when they are doing some action. Without thinking also, they will just impulsively act. So, and Mars with Ketu, one more thing is action will be there, but that attachment will not be there. So whenever Ketu is associated with the planet, you have to understand that Ketu is detachment. So that planet's Karakatva, from that Karakatva, there'll be a detachment. So when Mars is about, what do you say, action, means Ketu has no attachment towards the action. It will just act. That's it. Then coming to Mercury with Ketu. So Mercury is all about intelligence, communication, then learning, logic. It's a planet of logic, business, a very good communication skills, networking, all that is Mercury. So when Ketu is with Mercury, it gives a very good imagination. And the person will be interested to try different kind of ideas. He'll be getting some revolutionary kind of ideas and he would like to experiment with it. So that's the kind of nature they'll have. And unconventional thinking. They don't think in the usual manner. Their thinking will always be unconventional. Unconventional means it is like out of the box. They'll think something which nobody else has even imagined. That's the kind of thinking process they'll be having. And excellent ability to see hidden things, hidden patterns. In some problem, if some hidden thing is there, they can very easily find it out. Good in research. So if you're having this Mercury and Ketu combination, you will do really good in research. See, Ketu is like the roots of the tree. Roots are not seen to our eyes. It is below the ground. But roots are which are holding the tree. Right? In the same way, roots go deep into the earth. So research means you are learning about a subject in depth, or you are understanding a subject in depth. So Mercury is learning, Ketu is research. So people with this combination, they'll be very good in research. Then they might not like superficial conversations. Only if some matter is there, or if you're learning something out of that conversation, then they would like to engage themselves in that conversation. If they find that that conversation is just useless talk, loose talk, they will just detach themselves from it. They'll not like to get involved in such kind of conversation. So sometimes communication will be very minimal. They'll not talk too much. They'll be very silent, that kind of mentality. And Mercury with Ketu, too much of analysis, over analysis, sometimes difficulty in organizing their thoughts. That means clarity will be missing. So one good thing about is they'll do really good in research and intuitive intelligence, we can say. That is the kind of nature which Mercury with Ketu will give. Then, which is the next planet? Next planet is Jupiter with Ketu. So, whenever there's Jupiter with Ketu, Jupiter is a planet of wisdom, knowledge, higher learning. So, what happens whenever Jupiter Ketu combination is there? Jupiter is your guru, wisdom, higher learning, spirituality, or religion, we can say. Jupiter is more of religion rather than spirituality. We can say it is religion, beliefs, traditions, and religious practices. That is Jupiter. So whenever Ketu is connected with Jupiter, what happens is this person will question the traditional beliefs. He will not follow it blindly because Ketu is always detachment. So he will be having a detached kind of nature. So he'll not just follow traditions blindly. Jupiter is about traditions. So he'll question each and every tradition and each and every belief. Only he is satisfied, then he will follow it. Otherwise, he'll not follow. But there'll be a strong interest in spirituality because Ketu is also spirituality. So Jupiter is knowledge and wisdom, Ketu is spirituality. So they like to gain lot of knowledge about spirituality. They'll have a lot of interest towards spirituality, philosophy, occult sciences, then metaphysics. All these things will interest them, and they would like to gain more and more knowledge in these subjects. And they most of the times they will not accept a conventional guru. They may not be interested in following a regular or conventional guru. They will opt for someone who thinks different. That kind of unconventional thinking is there. They would like to get associated with such kind of gurus, we can say. So conventional things or established belief systems, they'll always be questioning. And rather than the books or the traditional knowledge, they would like to experience things, and through their experience they will gather that knowledge. So that knowledge is much more deeper because um, when you yourself experience certain things and then you get that knowledge is much more deeper and long lasting. And many a times there'll be confusion regarding religion because Jupiter is about religion and Ketu is detachment. So many a times they'll be detached from their religion. So highly spiritual people who Jupiter with Ketu, these people are very spiritual. At the same time, they're also stubborn. This is one thing about Jupiter with Ketu. Now coming to the next planet, that is Venus with Ketu. Now, Venus is a planet of love. Venus signifies love, relationships, marriage, and in a male chart, Venus is also wife. Then comforts, luxuries, art, music, drama, dance, all this is the Karakatvas of Venus. So, when Ketu is there with Venus, you will have a detachment from all the material things. You will not be interested in experiencing any of the material pleasures. You will find it really a waste. So, Ketu is detachment. Venus is all your luxury, and all your materialistic things. So there'll be a detachment from all these things. You'll not be interested in material pleasures. Then relationships. Venus is a planet of relationship. So Ketu Venus combination, you always feel that your relationship is incomplete. Though you are having a good relationship, you always feel that there is something missing or it is incomplete. That's the kind of feeling you'll have. So unusual relationships also, you might have some that they feel that their love is not complete, something is missing. And there'll be a detached nature with the spouse. You'll not be that very attached to the spouse. You always feel a kind of detachment with your wife. That Venus is art, and though this person might be artistic, but that art will also be a different kind of an art, not the usual art. It will be something unconventional, or some unusual kind of art you would like to indulge in. So a strong spirituality will be there. And so these people are always in search of true love. They always feel incomplete. That's why they're always in search of true love. And sometimes they may not find that, and that might lead to frustration. And Venus and Ketu combination, when it is there in a male chart or a male chart, what happens? There'll be a decrease in the sperm count. And in the female chart, there'll be some problem in the ovary, or some hormonal issues, because of which there'll be a late issue, or in some cases childlessness also. So this is about Venus Ketu. Now coming to Saturn Ketu combination, two karmic planets have come together. Saturn is also a karmic planet, Ketu is also a karmic planet, and two karmic planets have come together. So such people, Saturn is about responsibility, discipline, hard work, longevity, organized work, we can say. So this is about Saturn. So this can be a very serious combination, in the sense, this person, he'll, many a times there'll be an obstruction in his work, because Ketu is obstruction, Saturn is also profession. So work life is not that very smooth. There'll be lot of obstruction in your workplace. And but if you're doing a profession that is connected to Ketu, then you'll be highly successful. Otherwise, you find that a lot of times you'll be changing your jobs, or there'll be a lot of ups and downs, or you may not be that very happy in your workplace. So your life will be full of struggles, disappointments, frustrations, and sorrow. And so even, sometimes you're doing good, putting in a lot of hard work, there'll not be much of progress. So the person might be carrying a lot of responsibilities from a young age if this combination is present. And a detachment from worldly ambitions, not very ambitious. He's not interested in any of your material things. It's more of spiritual inclination. And um, they feel that life is a continuous process of letting go. Many a times, because of lot of struggle, they feel that being isolated is better, being detached is better. That's the kind of mentality they'll have. So they'll be disciplined, but they'll not be attached to anything, or to their responsibility, or to their work. They'll not have that much of attachment. That is about Saturn and Ketu combination. Now, just give me a second, please. Yeah. How do you see the combination of Ketu with other planets? See, this is the chart. When you look at a birth chart, how do you say that two planets are connected, or how do you say that Ketu is connected with a planet? Here we have taken two planets, Ketu and Jupiter. See, when both of them are posited in the same house, we can say that it's a combination of these two planets. Or when Ketu is aspecting that planet by its second aspect, fifth and ninth. Ketu has three aspects: second, fifth, and ninth. So when Ketu aspects that planet with its, then even then that combination will happen. Here, if both Jupiter and Ketu are in the same house, then also we can say it's a combination. These are the aspects: second, fifth, and ninth. If Ketu is aspecting whichever planet is being aspected, then that combination will be created. So here, what is the analysis that you can give when Jupiter and Ketu are together? See, Jupiter is Jiva Karaka and Ketu is a planet of intuition or spirituality. Jupiter Ketu combination, when it is present in a person's horoscope, that person will be spiritually inclined rather than being religious. See, religion and spirituality are two different things. Spirituality means it's much more deeper than religion. So, this person will be very, very spiritual and intuitive. They'll have a strong sense of intuition. And Jupiter is Dhanakaraka. He signifies the wealth. When Ketu is there, it's an obstruction. So another way of telling about this combination is the person might have some kind of litigation or disputes related to his wealth, because Ketu is about disputes also. And Jupiter also represents the children. So there might be some kind of dispute with the children, or the children might be staying far from the person. There'll be kind of separation. So one combination, you can tell so many points about one particular combination. So you can analyze it in different ways. All the predictions might not come true, or all the points of one combination might not come true, but many things will hold good. Now, if a person is having Jupiter Ketu combination, what is the remedy for it? See, Ganesha is the Adidevata for Ketu. So, if you're having a combination of Jupiter Ketu, the best remedy will be to pray to Lord Ganesha. That will help to a very great extent. Especially if you find a Ganesha which is below the ground, that is in, what do you say, Kanipakam, if you see, that was found below the ground itself. Lord Ganesha, Swayambhu, it was found below the ground itself. So, below the ground level, if Ganesha is there, then praying to that will be highly beneficial. Even if you don't find that, just praying to the normal, so you're going to a temple, Lord Ganesha's temple, and praying over there, or praying at home itself is very, very beneficial. The second remedy which I can say is horse gram. That is the Navadanya for Ketu. Take a handful of horse gram and tie it in a cloth, a multicolored cloth, because Ketu represents multicolor. It's not a single color, it's a mix of different colors. Just take a handful of horse gram, put it in a multicolored cloth, tie it into a bundle, and keep it under your pillow. The next day morning, that horse gram, you can feed it to either fishes or to birds. That you have to do continuously for 48 days. That is also a very good remedy for Jupiter Ketu combination. Then feeding fish. See, Ketu represents the Matsya Avatara. So if you feed fish, that will also act as a wonderful remedy. And people who are having this combination, if they're having a trouble in some aspect of their life, they should not eat fish. They should abstain from eating fish. And they should not keep aquariums in their house. Torturing of head. Torturing of head means, see, I said Ketu is something long and narrow. So your hair, Ketu represents your hair. So when you give your hair, especially to your family deity, it is considered to be a very, very good remedy for Jupiter Ketu combination. So many of them have that practice, when they go to Tirupati or when they go to any of their family deity temple, they give their hair, that is, they tonsure their head. That is a wonderful remedy for Jupiter Ketu. See, sometimes that combination will not be there in your chart, but many a times by our own actions, we create those combinations. Like for example, I'll just give an example for Venus Ketu. See, Venus represents your house. Ketu means creepers. if you grow creepers and those creepers are covering the walls of your house, then Venus Ketu combination is created. And whenever Venus Ketu combination is created, what happens? There'll be a lot of litigations. Ketu is litigation. Some kind of litigation will be there, or some financial crunch will be there. There'll be obstruction to the inflow of cash, because Venus is your liquid cash. You'll not be having free flowing money. There'll be a lot of obstructions to it. It will not be easy to get that cash. And Venus also represents your wife or daughter. So when this kind of combination is created, there'll be a detachment with the wife, or some kind of separation or litigation. All these things can arise. So if you're not having it in your horoscope, don't create such combinations by your actions, because many a times without our knowledge we'll be creating wrong combinations. Be aware of it and see to it that you don't create such combinations. So this is one combination where a lot of creepers are covering the whole house, which is really not good, which leads to a lot of what do you say, it will spoil the relationship between husband and wife, and there'll be an obstruction in the cash flow, and generally there'll be some kind of disputes. So see to it. Same thing happens when you grow a beard. This I had told in the last class, because your cheeks, Venus represents your cheeks and Ketu is the hair. So when you grow a beard, then that Venus Ketu combination is created. And even check shirt, checks represents Ketu. So you're going for some important work, uh, and you're wearing this check shirt, that work might not get completed easily. So avoid wearing check shirt when you're going for some important occasions. Mars Ketu combination. See, for Mars Ketu combination, if you're having that combination, the remedy for that will be, you can see, this is a veil, that is the weapon which Lord Kartikeya, that is Lord Subramanya, he holds in his hand. That's a spear. This thing, if you are having this Mars Ketu combination, what you can do is you can buy a small spear. You usually get it in a silver shop, a very small one. That you can bring it to your house and perform a what do you say? You can offer kumkum, turmeric, then flowers to that spear. You can do puja to that spear. And on a Tuesday, you can take that spear and spear to a Subramania Swami temple, and you can put that in the hundi. So that will mitigate lot of negative effects of Mars Ketu. See, when Mars Ketu combination is there, there'll be litigation that is connected with your land, because Mars is landed property. Ketu is disputes. So the landed property, there'll be some kind of dispute or some kind of court case, and things will be very complicated. Or Mars also represents your blood relatives, your younger siblings, your cousins, sorry, not your cousins, your younger siblings. So what will happen? There'll be some fight related to the land with your younger siblings, or in general, with your younger sibling, you'll not be having a good relationship. So if you do this activity, then to a very great extent, the problems will get solved. But this should be done. You should drop this in a hundi. You search for some old temple, because the more puja that they had performed in that temple would be having a lot of energies. So if you are staying in Bangalore, you can go to this temple at Alsur. There's a Subramania Swami temple in Alsur, which is really very old. You can go and you can drop it in the hundi. You can show it to Lord Subramanyeshwara and then drop it and then pray to him, saying that all your problems should get solved. Or you can even go to that Vivipuram, there's a Subramania Swami temple. Even there you can go and do this remedy. Why I have told that you have to take a spear and put it in the hundi? Because spear, see, Mars represents weapon. The spear is a weapon, and Ketu is the tail or a thin portion. So here in spear, see, this is a weapon, and this portion is Ketu because it is thin and long. So here you are creating this combination of Mars and Ketu, and you are surrendering it to the feet of the Lord. And the Adidevata for Mars is Subramanya Swami. So you're taking this spear, doing puja in your house. You can recite some mantra related to Subramanya Swami. You are doing the puja and you are taking it to the temple, showing it to the god, and putting it in the hundi and praying for the settlement of all your problems or settlement of all your legal issues. This is a wonderful remedy, a practical remedy which will help to a very great extent. See, I said many a times we'll not be having a combination in our chart, but by our own actions, we'll be creating that combination. One example for that is shaking of your legs. If you have old people in your house, usually they tell, don't shake your legs. There's a reason behind that. Whenever you shake your feet or your legs, your feet is Saturn. Ketu means shaking. See, when an animal wags its tail, even that is Ketu. The wagging or that shaking is Ketu. So whenever you shake your legs continuously, you're creating a combination of Saturn and Ketu. And once Saturn Ketu combination is created, you know what happens. There'll be a lot of obstructions in your work, or you'll be changing jobs. You'll not have satisfaction in your workplace, or there'll be a lot of disputes in your workplace. There'll be no progress, no promotions. All this will happen. Then, one way of creating Jupiter Ketu combination. This is another example how you create combinations by your actions. See, stairs is Ketu, and Jupiter is a person, Jiva Karaka. So whenever you stand on the stairs or whenever you sit and eat, many people have the habit, they sit wherever they want and they sit on the stairs. They like to spend time sitting on the stairs, or if they're watching something, they would sit on the stairs. You're creating this Jupiter Ketu combination. So this will create a lot of obstacles and litigations in all your undertakings and health issues also. So never take any decision either sitting or standing on the staircase. See to it. You don't sit over there and you make your plans and things like that, it is not good. See, there's just a difference between Moon Rahu combination, Moon Ketu combination. See, here, Moon represents water. So all the water bodies are represented by Moon. Rahu means huge. So Moon Rahu combination always signifies the ocean. People who are having this combination, they should take bath in the ocean, especially in sacred places. So Rameshwaram is one good example of this. If you take bath in Rameshwaram in the ocean, if you're having this Moon Rahu combination, you'll be able to clear the problems that are created by Moon Rahu. Whereas if you're having Moon Ketu combination, Moon is water, but Ketu is always small. So river, Moon Ketu combination signifies the river, whereas Moon Rahu combination signifies the ocean. If you're having Moon Ketu combination, take bath in a holy river, because all your pilgrimage places, any holy place, pilgrimage place is represented by Ketu. So if you take bath in a river that is flowing near a holy place, it will help you to mitigate the effect of Moon Ketu. So it can be in a Ganga or Kaveri or any of these holy rivers, Narmada, any of these places you can take a bath. So Moon Rahu combination, Mercury Rahu combination. Mercury means your memory. Rahu means huge or big. People who are having Mercury Rahu combination, they'll have very good memory. Like they'll remember things from a all the smallest of the things they'll remember. So they have a wonderful memory. Whereas Mercury Ketu combination means Mercury is your memory, Ketu means small. So these people might be experiencing loss of memory or absent-mindedness or forgetfulness will happen if they are having Mercury Ketu combination. So how do you create this combination? By your action. See, Mercury is your fingers, hand basically, and your fingers are Mercury. Ketu is your hair. Some people, they have the habit of constantly touching their hair, or they'll be playing with their hair, or they'll be circling, with their finger, they'll be circling that hair. So this will create Mercury Ketu combination. So Mercury is also your education, Mercury is your learning, your communication skills. All that will be obstructed when you do such actions. Constantly touching your hair, playing with your hair, that's not a good thing, because Ketu is obstruction. And the people who are having this combination, they'll also fall in love. Many a times they'll fall in this love trap, Mercury Ketu, because Ketu is a net, a trap. Mercury is, this combination will create that kind of effect. So, one important thing about Rahu and Ketu is you have studied what they both signify and how they'll be affecting each of the planets. So, they'll affect in their own ways, but both will create a lot of problems because both of them are malefic planets. And the intention behind that, behind creating those problems, whether it is excessive desire or being detached, the only thing is you have to learn a lot of lessons, and those lessons are according to your actions that you have done in your past lifetime. So one thing about Rahu and Ketu is they will not affect retrograde planets. So if by they do not affect any of that retrograde planets, but in case if sometime they affect retrograde planets, then what happens is they'll compensate for it in um, a very nice way. They'll compensate it. For example, if Venus Ketu combination is there in a person's horoscope and Venus is retro, normally the retro planets will not affect, Rahu Ketu will not affect retro planets. But in some rare cases, Venus Ketu combination, if it has created a divorce, what happens is the second marriage of the native will be very good. It will give a very good and loving companion and a happy married life. See, Venus is marriage, Ketu is separation. But if it is retro Venus, Ketu will not affect it. So these retrograde planets will not, these Rahu and Ketu will not affect retrograde planet. You have to understand that retrograde planets are, it's like, they are written in bracket. What it means? They create a circle around themselves and they act within that circle. That means they're very stubborn. If they take some decision, they'll be very firm in it and they'll not deviate. They're very stubborn. It's like they build a wall around themselves. That is the nature of retrograde planets. Now, there are a lot of general remedies for Ketu. See, for each of the planets, you need not do it. If you are having, if many planets are connected with Ketu or Ketu is affecting many planets, you can just do the general remedies. You don't have to do specific remedies. You can just do the general remedies. So, main thing for Ketu is Lord Ganesha. Praying to Lord Ganesha will help to a very, very great extent. For Rahu, it is goddesses Durga. For Ketu, it is Ganesha. You can either wear a Ganapati pendant or getting a Ganahoma done, or reciting any of the Ganesha stotras, visiting Ganesha temple on Tuesdays, offering Gerke. All that will be very, very helpful. And you can chant Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, a very simple mantra. Even this mantra, if you chant with lot of devotion and faith, it is highly effective. Make it a habit of chanting for 108 times every day. If you're having a problem created by Ketu, then you visit pilgrimage places and take bath in the holy river, feeding horse gram to horses and fish. Then, as I said earlier, keeping horse gram under your pillow, and the next day you feed it to the fish or to the birds. Offer food to street dogs, squirrels, rats, fish. Because see, Mars signifies your pet dog, whereas Ketu signifies street dogs. So if you feed street dogs, even that is a wonderful remedy for Ketu. Then Ketu signifies Christianity. So if you're having a problem with Ketu, you can even go to a church once in your lifetime. You can go to a church, you can visit a church on a Sunday and light 7 candles. Even that's a wonderful remedy. And if you're having a lot of problem due to Ketu, what you can do is you get this cardamom, that is ilaichi. You can make it into a garland. You can string it and make it into a garland, and you can put that garland of cardamoms to Lord Ganapati. You can do this in your house itself. You can either put it to a photo or to an idol. You can keep that for 48 days. And after 48 days, you can remove that garland, and that cardamom or ilaichi, you can use it for cooking. You can use it, no problem. Then flying a kite is also a wonderful remedy for Ketu. See, kite, if you see, it's got a tail. So tail always is represented by Ketu. So when you fly a kite also, this is one of the unconventional remedy for Ketu. Donating a saffron colored flag with Om to temple. Because flag, Ketu also represents flag. So if you're able to donate a flag to a temple, that is a saffron colored flag to a temple, even that will act as a good remedy. Then creepers. Ketu represents all the creepers. So any vegetable that is grown from creepers like pumpkin, snake gourd, bottle gourd, grapes, any of these things, if you are able to donate it to some sannyasis or even to barbers, cobblers, tailors, etc., because these are the people whom Ketu represents. See, anyone who works with needle and thread, they are represented by Ketu, because thread is also thin and long, needle, even that. So to such people, you can donate these vegetables that is grown out of creepers. Then mutts, ashrams, religious institutes. If you are doing some kind of charity to these places, even that will act as a good remedy. In case you are not able to do any kind of charity, you can go and do some kind of seva over there in any of the ashrams or in a temple. You can do any seva, whatever you can, you do that, and that will act as a good remedy. Then chanting Gayatri mantra of the planet with which Ketu is associated. See, Ketu represents Gayatri mantra. So Ketu represents Gayatri mantra. So if Ketu is associated with sun, you chant Surya Gayatri mantra. If Ketu is associated with moon, you chant Chandra Gayatri mantra. So with whichever planet Ketu is associated, every planet has got its own Gayatri mantra. You chant that Gayatri mantra every day. That will help you. And see, there's another way of doing remedy for Ketu. These remedies which I told till now are general remedies, but specific remedies, if you want to do some remedy that is connected only to your chart, there's a much effective way of doing this remedy. First, see in which tattva Ketu is posited. See, there are different tattvas, right? Vayu tattva, Agni tattva, Jala tattva, and Prithvi tattva. So what happens if Ketu is posted in Vayu Tattva Rashis. Which are the Vayu Tattva Rashis? Mithuna, Tula, Kumbha. If you find Ketu posted in any of these Vayu Tattva Rashis, then if you are flying a kite or you donate a flag to a temple, it is a wonderful remedy. That's a personalized remedy because it's in Vayu Tattva. Or chanting of mantras. You can chant any of the mantra, Ganesha mantra you can chant. That is very good. But if you see Ketu posted in Jalatattva Rashis, which are the Jalatattva Rashis? Meena, Karkataka, Vrishchika. If Ketu is posted in any of these Rashis, then performing Abhisheka to Lord Ganapati is considered to be very beneficial. If Ketu is in Agni Tattva Rashis, Mesha, Simha, Dhanur Rashi, then performing Homa, Ganapati Homa, or lighting of candles in a church, or lighting of lamps in a temple is considered to be very good. If Ketu is in Prithvi Tattva Rashis is Vrishabha, Kanya, Makara, then what you should do? Charity is the best remedy. You can do any kind of charity or feeding sannyasis, cobblers, barbers, tailors, etc. Or you can even do pradakshina. You go to a Ganesha temple and do pradakshina. At least 9 pradakshinas you do every day. Even that is a wonderful remedy if it is in Prithvi Tattva Rashi. So these are specific remedy that is specific to your own birth chart. Wherever Ketu is posted, accordingly you can do the remedy. And another remedy, as I told earlier, is giving hair, that is tonsuring your head, giving hair to your family deity. This is a wonderful remedy. And then in Kanchipuram, in Kanchi, there is one temple. It's a very small temple, but very powerful temple. It is the temple of Chitragupta. Who is Chitragupta? Chitragupta is a person who keeps an account of all your actions, who is with Yamaraja. So he keeps an account of all your actions, whether good or bad. So this is a Chitragupta temple in Kanchipuram. There you can perform this Ketu remedy, which is very, very beneficial. You can take horse gram. They have a particular place to perform this remedy, and many of them you see they'll be performing this remedy. You can just spread that horse gram, and on it you can place 7 earthen clay lamps you can place, and you can light those lamps. This is a good parihara for Ketu. Even if you have not taken horse gram and lamps, they'll be selling it outside the temple. You can take it there itself and you can light the lamp. So you have to just take a handful of horse gram, spread it. On that you have to place 7 lamps and you have to light it. So that is about Rahu and Ketu, the connection with different planets and their effects. Now we'll be proceeding to the next topic, that is Kala Sarpa Dosha. This might be familiar. This might be a familiar term to many of you. So it's one interesting topic, Kala Sarpa Dosha. So what happens here is when all the planets, including the Lagna, are within the Rahu Ketu axis, it is known as Kala Sarpa Dosha. So all the remaining 7 planets from Sun to Saturn, if they are within the Rahu Ketu axis, then it is known as Kala Sarpa Dosha. So how do you see? See, Rahu Ketu axis means they're exactly opposite to each other. Rahu and Ketu are exactly opposite to each other. So you find, see in this chart, Rahu is in Kanya Rashi, Ketu is in Meena Rashi. If you find all the planets on one side, you have to see on which side the planets are posited. Now, how is the movement of these planets? They move in anti-clockwise direction, retrograde motion, opposite way they move. Whereas all the planets are moving in clockwise direction, Rahu and Ketu are moving in anti-clockwise direction. So, in this particular example, if you see, Rahu is posted here. How will Rahu move? Next, it will move over here, it will move over here, it will move here, it will move here, it will move here, and it will move here. And as Rahu is moving, Ketu is also moving. In this particular chart, if you see, one half of the horoscope has got planets, the other half is empty. So whenever you find such horoscopes where all the planets are to one side, you have to see if it is Kala Sarpa dosha, or there's one more yoga. I'll be talking about that also. You have to see that. So if all the planets are within the axis is this line, Rahu Ketu, between Rahu Ketu. Here, they're all between Rahu Ketu. And they're on the path of Rahu. That means Rahu, where it's going to move next, it's in that path. So as I said, Rahu is the mouth of the snake. It will swallow everything that is on its way. So as it moves here, it will swallow all these planets. So that is considered as Kala Sarpa dosha. So what happens when this dosha is present in a person's horoscope? The planets which are all struck between Rahu and Ketu, they become ineffective. And they cannot give the results to their full potential. It's, they're between two malefic planets. So there's kind of a wall around them. They cannot act completely, effectively. So people born in this yoga, they will experience success or failure according to their past life karmas. One thing certain about this people who are having this dosha is there will be lots of ups and downs in their life. Things will not be that easy or smooth. So this dosha is powerful up to the age of 45. So up to that age, there will be a lot of struggles. After that, things will slowly settle down. So initial stages of the life, whether it's in education or whether it's in marriage or childbirth or any of these things, there will be a lot of struggle. But even if one planet is out of this axis, then this no, dosha will not be present. All the planets should be within the axis. Only then this dosha is formed. Sometimes the lagna might come out. During that cases, the effect of this will decrease to a great extent. So basically, it's the 7 planets. If they're caught between Rahu and Ketu, then Kala Sarpa dosha is formed. So what is the result of this Kala Sarpa dosha? These people will be devoted to the family, very family kind of people. They'll be devoted to the society. They'll be attached to the society, to the family. Then uh, the other thing about this is they'll have a lot of phobias. They'll be scared of heights, or they'll also be scared of lonely places. They don't like to stay in lonely places. They'll be very scared. And they'll have a lot of struggles in their life. And mostly in time of their need, they'll not have people to help them. So they feel very lonely, especially when they want help from people, they'll not get it. They'll feel very lonely. And one particular thing about Kala Sarpa dosha is they'll have a great fear of snakes. Very, very terrific. See, everybody is scared of snakes, but if you're having this dosha, that fear will be extreme. There'll be difficulty in having children, in conceiving, or if they're having children, there'll be difficulty in conceiving, or there'll be delay in childbirth. If they have children, they'll not be happy. There'll be some kind of problem. They'll not get happiness from children. Then this affects all aspects of life, as I said earlier, even in marriage, in childbirth. In marriage also, there'll be a lot of delay. So basically, lot of obstacles or hurdles in life, we can say. Health issues will be there, absence of mental peace. Many a times it leads to lot of anxiety, tension, worry. You'll not have the support of your friends or relatives. As I said earlier, you'll not have people to help in time of your need. And one particular thing about people who are having Kala Sarpa dosha is many a times they see their ancestors, dead ancestors in their dreams. Or they see some bad things happening in their dream. They dream about it. So they get terrified. They put lot of efforts, but they'll not be rewarded according to their efforts. More work, less rewards, we can say. That is the result of Kala Sarpa dosha. Sometimes, some symptoms will be present. If a person is having Kala Sarpa dosha, some symptoms will be present. One thing right away, if they're having a lot of hurdles in their life, there's delay in childbirth, delay in marriage, a lot of ups and downs in their life, you can say that that's the effect of Kala Sarpa dosha. Other symptoms are, many a times you find people, when they're eating, they get hair in the food frequently. When they're eating, they find hair in their food. That is also the symptoms of Kala Sarpa dosha. Such person, you must check their chart if they're having this dosha, because hair is Ketu, mouth is Rahu. So both of them are getting activated at the same time. See, Kala Sarpa dosha itself means all the planets are in between Rahu Ketu axis. So here both are getting activated. So such person might be having Kala Sarpa dosha. Or some people have the habit of going to the toilet at the time of food, or immediately after having food they feel like going to the toilet. This is also a symptom of Kala Sarpa dosha. So basically, whenever Rahu and Ketu activities are done simultaneously, such person is having Kala Sarpa dosha, we can say. So what is the remedies for this dosha? You can do this Kala Sarpa dosha Nivarana Puja at Kalahasti, or in Rameshwaram, or Tirunageshwaram, or Kukke Subramanya Swami temple, or even in Ujjain. So in many of the holy places, they do perform this Rahu Ketu Puja or Kala Sarpa dosha Nivarana Puja. You can get it done. Once in your lifetime, if you get it done, you will be, that dosha will get cleared. Or you can perform Rudrabhisheka to Lord Shiva. Even that will help. Chanting Om Namah Shivaya every day is considered to be very beneficial. Chanting Mrityunjaya mantra for 108 times. Watering a people tree every Saturday. Even this is a wonderful remedy. And there's one unique temple, Garuda temple in Mulbagal. Okay, that is believed to relieve you from 8 kinds of Kala Sarpa dosha. So visiting that temple and praying over there is also considered to be very beneficial. Another remedy would be chanting Hanuman Chalisa every day. These are simple, easy remedies. You can perform whichever you feel convenient, or whichever you feel you resonate with, you can perform that remedy. See, this is the Garuda temple which is found in Mulbagal. You can just Google it, you'll find it. There is one more thing that is connected with Rahu Ketu. See, dosha or yoga. Yoga means a combination of planet. Okay. So here, this is just opposite of Kala Sarpa dosha. Even in this case, you find planets on one side of the birth chart. But here, they'll be on the way of Ketu. The other one you saw, it was on the way of Rahu. That means Rahu was about to swallow all the planets. Here, we see that Ketu is moving this way. Rahu moves this way. On the path of Rahu, there are no planets. But on the path of Ketu, you find all the planets. And one important thing between this dosha and yoga is all the planets should be between Rahu and Ketu. Even if one planet has come out of this axis, it is not dosha or it is not yoga. So when all the planets are between Ketu and Rahu, it is known as Kala Amrita Yoga, Kala Amrita Yoga, or Kala Sarpa Yoga also we can tell. Kala Amrita Yoga. This is not as problematic as Kala Sarpa Dosha. Here, Ketu is the leader. So what he gives you a kind of detachment. He gives you a spiritual inclination. See, as Ketu passes on different planets, he gives them a kind of a spiritual inclination and a kind of detachment. So this is not as problematic as the dosha. So you don't have to worry too much of this. So Kala means time, Amrita means nectar. So over time, this yoga will give very beneficial results. So here the person might experience intense karmic situations which lead to transformation. But ultimately, these experiences will give him strength, wisdom, and achievement. See, these experiences will give a lot of knowledge, and that knowledge itself will become a strength to achieve success. So when this yoga or Kalamrita yoga is present in a person's chart, it will give him a strong determination and ability to overcome obstacles in life. And there'll be a lot of struggle in the initial stages, but at the end, it will lead to success. The experiences and the wisdom that he gains through that experiences will lead you to success. Strong spiritual inclination will be there in such a individual. He'll get success after great efforts. So that is about Kala Sarpa Yoga. Now, another thing that is connected with Rahu and Ketu is Rahu Kala. So Rahu Kala, all of you would have heard about it. This refers to a certain time period. It occurs every day. Rahu Kala occurs every day. And usually that time period is considered inauspicious. Rahu is strong. And when Rahu is strong, Rahu is about illusion, confusion. So Rahu clouds your mind. So you might not be able to think clearly or take the proper decision. That's why whenever you're starting something auspicious or for new beginnings, Rahu Kala is not considered to be good. For other your routine activities, you can just perform. Rahu Kala is seen only when you are starting something important or when you're going to meet some important person or for some important work, you see Rahu Kala. And during that time, you avoid any new beginnings. Rahu Kala will be there for a period of 90 minutes in a day. So how do you calculate Rahu Kala? This is just for your understanding how to calculate Rahu Kala. Usually what happens is you take the sunrise time. You take the sunset time. See what is the duration between sunrise and sunset. That many hours you get, that you divide by 8. You made 8 equal parts. So from sunrise to sunset, there are 8 parts. On each day, one part becomes Rahu Kala. That is fixed. So if Sunday on a Sunday, the 8th part is considered as Rahu Kala. On Monday, the second part is considered as Rahu Kala. See, timings depends upon the sunrise and sunset. But which part is Rahu Kala, I'm telling. So the duration, whatever, everyday sunrise, sunset timing is different. If you want to know the exact timings, you had to calculate that, or you can see it in the app. This I'm just giving it, I'm just explaining it for your understanding of how this time period is calculated. So this part is fixed. Like Monday, it's the second part, Tuesday, the 7th part, Wednesday, the 5th part, Thursday, 6th, Friday, 4th, and Saturday, the 3rd part. So every day you experience this Rahu Kala. See, easy way to see, for example, let's take an example. Sunrise happens at 6 a.m. and sunset happens at 6 p.m. So from sunrise to sunset, the duration is 12 hours. So that 12 hours, if you divide into 8, you get it as 1.5 hours or 90 minutes. That is the duration of Rahu Kala. So just an example I'm taking, the timing of sunrise and sunset changes every day. So if you're seeing from 7:30 to 9, Monday, it is Rahu Kala. That is because I said the second part is Rahu Kala. We have divided the whole duration, from morning to from morning sunrise 6 o'clock to evening 6 p.m. sunset time. We have divided the duration into 8 parts. So the second part on Monday, Rahu Kala. On Saturday is the third part, which becomes Rahu Kala. On Friday, from 10:30 to 12 is Rahu Kala. On Wednesday, from 12 to 1:30, Thursday 1:30 to 3, Tuesday 3 to 4:30, and Sunday 4:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. is Rahu Kala. As I said, the 8th part on Sunday, 7th part on Tuesday, 6th on Thursday. So this is just for your understanding. And there's another way of remembering this. See, just if you remember this sentence, you can know the sequence of Rahu Kala, on which day, at what time it happens. See this sentence, if you, it is easier to remember. Mother saw father wearing the turban suddenly. So if you just remember this sentence, you can know the sequence of Rahu Kala. See, first is mother. So you take the first letter of this M. So Monday. The first part you have to leave it off. From the second part itself, it starts 7:30 to 9. So M represents Monday. Here SA represents Saturday. That's the third part. F represents Friday. W represents Wednesday. TH represents Thursday. TU represents Tuesday. And SU represents Sunday. This is a very easy way of remembering the sequence of Rahu Kala. But nowadays it is very easy. If you just open your app and look into any of these Hindu calendar app or Divya Chakshu or any of these astrological apps or Panchanga apps, you can very easily know the time of Rahu Kala. And that changes from place to place also. So you can just find out. So what is the tip of the day? Never keep any broken items in the house, as it signifies Ketu. Ketu means separation, breaking. So don't keep any broken items in your house. Many of them have this habit, it might be old. All old things are Saturn. Broken things are Ketu. Things might be broken, but you'll always be keeping it, just thinking that it will be useful in some other point of time. But keeping broken items in the house will increase the Ketu energy in the house. Never quarrel with an astrologer, barber, lawyer, tailor, or cobbler. Because all these people are represented by Ketu. Ketu signifies all these people, whether it's a barber, a lawyer, a tailor, a cobbler, or an astrologer. So don't get into any dispute or fight with these people. Never invite a sannyasi to your house. See, you can go to an ashram, you can go to their mutt, or you can go to the temple and you can do a seva to the sannyasi. That is fine. But don't invite a sannyasi to your house, because sannyasi is Ketu, Venus is house. You are creating that Venus Ketu combination. You can do their seva at their own ashram or mutt or in a temple, but don't invite them to your house. But some communities have a practice of inviting the sannyasis to their house or monks to their house. If that is their community practice, then it is fine. But if you don't have such practices and you invite somebody home, it is not recommended. For example, Jains, they follow a lot of gurus and their monks, they invite them home. Lingaites, they invite the sannyasis to their home. That is fine, because that is their practice, their community practice, we can say. But others, we should not invite. And this is one remedy for Rahu. You can keep a peacock feather with you, either in your house or in your puja room or in your bedroom. You can keep a peacock feather. That will reduce the ill effect of Rahu. So this is the tip of the day. So we have come to the end of the session. So today's session largely ends the concept of Rahu and Ketu. You have got a lot of information about Rahu and Ketu. From next class, you'll be learning something new, a different topic you'll be learning. So if you have any doubts, you can just ask me.
Hello, madam. This is SV.
Yes.
I have a question which basically covers the entire thing that you explained, right? So now, does the exact degree of Ketu matter, or is it the house placement sufficient for prediction that Ketu is in this house? And which influences Ketu more, the sign it occupies, or the nakshatra is occupies, and the last thing pertaining to the same thing, I'm covering all 360. So if
Hmm.
Ketu occupies a house, but its
Hmm.
house lord is very strong, which
Hmm.
has greater influence on the results of that house. So, for example, say take Ketu is in Sagittarius, which
Hmm.
is the house of Jupiter, and now
Hmm.
Jupiter is sitting in Pisces in the same chart. So then,
Yeah.
how do you interpret this?
See, wherever Ketu and Rahu are placed, they behave like the lords of the house. So, Ketu being in the house of Sagittarius, in the house of Jupiter,
Hmm.
it'll become, it'll act like Jupiter, we can say. It'll behave like Jupiter itself.
Oh,
But the combination of Jupiter and Ketu is created because it is in Jupiter's house. A combination can be created in many ways. A conjunction, when two planets are together, that's a combination. An aspect is a combination. When it is placed in the planet's house, even that is a combination. When it is placed in the nakshatra of the planet, even that is a combination. And parivartana, when in case of Ketu, there's no parivartana, but in case of other planets, I'm telling,
right,
when they exchange houses, there is parivartana.
correct.
So
So
the
in this,
combination of Jupiter and Ketu is created when Ketu is posted in Jupiter's house.
right, and in this situation, even the Ketu is
Hmm.
aspecting Jupiter because the ninth house, right? From if you
Hmm,
go
hmm, hmm.
anti-clockwise, so that is one thing. Now the nakshatra, I
No, no,
don't know.
no. When Ketu is posted in Sagittarius, it will not aspect Jupiter in Pisces. Pisces becomes the 10th house.
Oh, 10,000. Yeah, you're right. Right, right, right. My bad, my bad.
No,
So,
no issues.
perfect. So, this is great. And so, one should also consider the nakshatra, correct?
Yeah, yeah. Nakshatra should also be considered, but at this point, to
Yeah,
this
sure, sure.
level, it
I
is
don't want to
okay.
go into that. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you so
yeah.
much, madam.
Okay.
Meenal,
Hello, namaste, ma'am. I have a question which is
Yeah.
related to the Kal Sarpa dosha because my
Uh,
daughter's kundli is having this.
okay.
Uh, Over here in her kundli, the thing is she has a Moon Ketu combination also because they are both in the same house. She
Okay.
also has a ninth aspect of Ketu Saturn and
Hmm.
Ketu Jupiter. And
Okay.
she also has a Kal Sarpa dosha wherein all the planets are between Rahu and Ketu.
Okay.
Now,
Okay. Yeah.
what do we do? Like, this is not considered to be a very good kundli, right?
No, 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 no. You don't have to see. No kundli is bad or good. Every kundli, the placement of the planet just indicates certain things that we have to learn in this lifetime. Just right away, we cannot say a kundli is bad because none of the kundlis are good or bad. It is just like a balance sheet of our karmas. Our kundlis are just a balance sheet of our karmas. We can always set it right. There's no issue.
Yeah.
If there is Kala Sarpa dosha in the horoscope, you can do a Kala Sarpa Nivarana Puja or the remedies that I had told for Kala Sarpa dosha. And
This
Ketu, if
puja
it is
can be
connected
done
with,
in Trambakeshwar also, right?
yeah, yeah, it is done in Trimbakeshwar also. Yeah, many places, many of the holy places, it is done. So in any of the
Yes.
place, you can get it done. And
Okay.
there are other remedies also which I have given. Whichever is
Yes.
convenient for you, you can follow that. And if Ketu
Okay.
is connected with so many planets, you need not do a remedy for each of the planets. The general Ketu remedies I have given, right? Any of that you
Yeah.
can do. Any of that you
Okay.
can do.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
You
you
don't
so
have to
much.
get scared or tensed of it. It's very
Yeah,
common.
because so many complications are there in her horoscope.
No issues, no issues. Just do the remedies and things will sort out.
Jyoti
Yes.
Kishore,
Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste, ma.
That last time have asked, last means before this last week.
Hmm.
As such, ఇది అదే కుండలిలో ఒకళ్ళకుంటే ఇంకొకళ్ళకి ఎఫెక్ట్ అవుతుంది కదా. అట్లా అప్పుడు మనము ఎట్లా పెండ్లు చేసుకునేకి ముందుకు పోయేది, రాహు గాని కేతు గాని అని చెప్పి.
దానిది అది ఏమి పూజ ఉందో, నివారణ పూజ ఏముందో, ఆ రెమెడీస్ ఏముందో చేసుకొనేసి ఆమ్టికి చేసుకోవచ్చు.
ఆ, అవునా మేడం?
రెమెడీస్.
ఒక్కరా టఫ్ గానే ఒక్కరా స్వాలో చేసుకునే అట్లా ఇంత ఈజీగా ఏమీ ఉండలేదు. అలాంటే ఎవరు దోషం ఉందా అని అడిగితే ఎవరు ఉంది అని ఏం చెప్పలేదు.
అవును.
మనం చూస్తే మనకి వస్తుంది, మీరు పరిహారం చేసుకోండి అంటే. అంటే నేను అడిగేది మన పక్క నుంచి మనం ఏం చెయ్యొచ్చు వాళ్ళకి ఇల్లు ఎఫెక్ట్ లేకుండా బిడ్డలకి అని చెప్పి నా క్వశ్చన్.
అంటే ఎవరికుందో వాళ్ళే చేసుకోవాలి పరిహారము, ఇంకొకరు చేసే కయ్యలేదు. వాళ్ళే
ఎట్లా
చేసుకుంటేనే అప్పుడు
వాళ్ళే
దానికి రిజల్ట్ వచ్చేది.
వాళ్ళు ఏమింటారు? ఆమెట లత్త పూజ అంటే ఏంటి మేడం? అది రాహుకేతుకి ఏమన్నా రిలేటెడా?
ఏమ్మా ఏమ్మా?
లత్తే లత్తే
లేదు
పరిహారం
లేదు 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 లేదు, అది వేరేమ్మా, అది కంప్లీట్లీ డిఫరెంట్.
ఇట్ ఈస్ దేర్ మేడం. అది నేనేమైనా సిల్లీగా ఒక క్వశ్చన్ అడుగుతున్నానా?
లేదు లేదు, ఉంది, లత్త ఉంది.
మనం
ఉంది.
అదే మనం
అది
ఏమన్నా
దట్ ఈస్
చదువు
కనెక్టెడ్ విత్ నక్షత్రాస్, దట్ ఈస్ కనెక్టెడ్ విత్ నక్షత్రాస్, రాహుకేతు కాదు.
Padmaja, you can ask your
Thank
question.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma.
I have small doubt, ma'am. You
Yes,
said
ma'am.
in the tip of the day that we should not allow any sannyasis. We should not invite any sannyasis, no, ma'am.
Correct.
But without our knowledge, if they come to our house, what should we do?
No, that you can't help it. But you consciously, I mean, you by yourself don't invite. If they
Okay,
come
ma'am.
by themselves, you can't help it.
Thank you. That was my doubt, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Rishikesh,
Thank you.
Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste, ma.
Very personal session for me, I must say. Especially
Mhm.
Jupiter Ketu combination you have covered very well. In fact, I'm also having both Jupiter and Ketu mutually aspecting each other. So, and
Okay.
also I'm having this Kala Sarpa yoga also. So that
Okay.
means in that Ketu is in the tail and Rahu will be on the head. So in Rahu,
No,
where my
see
planets are not coming.
how you see it, I'll just tell you in a simple word. If first condition is all the planets should be to one side. Okay.
It is there.
Second thing is, you see the path of Rahu, how it moves. If all
Opposite
the planets
direction.
on the path of Rahu, then it is Kala Sarpa dosha. If
I have yoga.
all the planets are on the path of Ketu, then it is Kala Amrita yoga.
Yes, and both are anti-clockwise only, right? Both Rahu,
Yes, both
Ketu.
of them. Yes, both
Okay,
Rahu,
so that
Ketu.
means actually I have okay, ma'am. Actually, planets are not coming in both the part. Both are anti-clockwise the other way on non-planet side. So that means not both are.
No, you move Rahu, you see whether the planets are on that side. You move
No.
Ketu, you see whether the planets are on that side.
But ma'am, my doubt was both. Now Rahu Ketu axis is there here. Rahu is here, Ketu is here. So both are moving in anti-clockwise like this. So no planets are coming for me.
No,
And
no,
later,
no. There'll be some planets which are on the way. Do you find all the planets on one side of the horoscope?
on one side, ma'am. On all
Okay.
on the
Where
left
is
side
Rahu
is there.
posted?
Right
Where
side
is
fully
Ketu?
empty.
No, where is Rahu posted? Where is Ketu posted?
Rahu is posted in Mesha Rashi. Ketu
Okay.
posted in Tula Rashi.
Okay. Where are the planets?
Planets is from Mesha to Tula on the left side. Pura
Mesha.
right side is empty.
No, Mesha to Tula, all the planets are posted.
Mesha, Meena, Kumbha, all
Okay,
that
fine.
planets.
Okay. That is Kala Sarpa dosha, because Rahu next will move to Meena, right? So all
okay.
the planets are on the path of
Like that.
Rahu.
Oh, like that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. And in that Jupiter is Avayogi also it is written.
No, don't worry about yogi, avayogi. Don't worry about that. That's a
Okay,
different
so
one.
we'll have to follow. Very late in life, I'm realizing that I'm having. So I have to follow your solutions
No
now,
issues.
ma'am.
Did you experience any of the things that I said for Kala Sarpa dosha?
Interesting, ma'am. Lately only I've been like experiencing. Till my 35 years, it was very good. No issues.
Okay.
Last 4-5
Okay.
years, extreme struggle.
Hmm.
And then only now I'm realizing. But Ketu Jupiter 100%, ma'am. Fully towards spiritual side, completely transformation is happening.
Okay,
And
that's nice.
Meena, so Sade Sati also. Welcome to all the problems.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
This lesson gives so much perspective. It gives some knowledge. So we know, okay, we can do something. It gives some
Yes.
satisfaction and peace. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome, ma.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, hello, ma.
Ma'am, my name is Jagannath.
Oh,
One
Jagannath,
question,
yes.
ma'am.
Huh.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I have Mars and Ketu conjunction in my chart.
Okay.
But it is in, but the conjunction is in 12th house. So the effects will be internalized, or will it show?
No. At this point of time, don't bother about the house. It is just about planet and conjunctions. Later classes, you'll understand that. Don't worry about that.
Naina.
Yes, ma'am.
Good
Thank you.
evening, ma'am. Thank you so much for the very valuable information. It
Welcome,
makes
ma'am.
life little more predictable, in fact, because we know that what we are going through and how to handle that problems. It
Yeah.
is a supportive thing to us. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Yes,
Acha,
ma'am.
ma'am, there were two things. One is if you said that if the planet like Saturn Ketu is conjunct, but Saturn is retro, then what does it mean, ma'am? It doesn't have any effect, or it...
Saturn is retro means Ketu or Rahu will not affect retro planets. So there'll be no problem by
Oh.
Ketu.
Thank God, just missed. Because a lot of problem in career, but I always wondered, I was always the best in career. Why I'm getting this now suddenly? And second thing, ma'am, again, you said that Kal Sarpa dosha in yoga. So in one of the things, in the Patrika, there is Venus Ketu conjunction, but Venus is 2 and Ketu is 8, something like that, in the same house.
Okay.
I hope I'm making you understand. Venus is 2 and Ketu is 8 in the 8th house only, actually. So in that case, does it become a dosha, or I mean whatever, what does it become, sarpa dosha,
It's
or
just
no?
Venus Ketu combination. No. It's just Venus Ketu combination. Sarpadosha,
No, but every
Kala
other, no,
Sarpadosha
the
or yoga.
every other planet are towards the right side, and it's like yoga, according to what you were saying. Like when it moves retro, Ketu is down and Rahu is in the second house, Ketu is in the 8th house, and all the other planets are between the 8th and the second house. So it's actually yoga. Okay. Am I
So
right, ma'am?
the planets are on the way of Ketu, you mean to say?
Yes. All when the Ketu will go up, all the planets will come in between that. Not, and Rahu will be completely empty from that side when it is moving.
So it is yoga. It is yoga.
Okay, ma'am.
Kalamrita yoga.
Then in that case, Venus Ketu is together. So how difficult or easy it will be in the marriage or whatever, because it's in the 8th house also.
Venus Ketu combination is always like, there'll be a detachment in marriage. I mean, in relationships, there'll be a kind of a detached feeling. That is, if it is in your chart, you'll be having a kind of detached mentality towards marriage.
Okay.
So,
and if the girls chart, like this is for my
Sorry,
son. So if
Naina,
it is
I'll
in
have
the
to cut
girls...
you off because
Okay,
there are a lot of people
Thank you.
waiting,
Ma'am, that's yoga, na,
Sorry,
ma'am? Correct?
yes, ma.
Okay,
sorry,
that's all,
Kate,
ma'am. That's all. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay.
మేడం నమస్తే.
Namaste, ma.
అదే ఇప్పుడు కాలసర్పదోష కాలామృత యోగ రెండు చెప్తారు కదా. ఇప్పుడు రెండు చార్ట్లలోనూ అది రెండు ఉంటేను, బట్ ఈ రాహుకేతు ఆస్పెక్ట్స్ కాంబినేషన్స్ దీన్ని రెమెడీస్ చేయాలా, మరి కాలసర్పదోషాలు రెమెడీస్ చేస్తే చాలా మేడం?
కాలసర్ప దోషకి ఇన్ కేస్ ఇది అంటే కన్నా జస్ట్ ఆ నివారణ పూజ చేపించేస్తే కాలసర్ప దోష నివారణ పూజ అది ఎంతో హెల్ప్ అయిపోతుంది. తిరిగి వేరే
పర్టికులర్ గా తిరిగా కాంబినేషన్స్ ఆస్పెక్ట్స్ చూసే పని లేదు.
చూడాల్సి పడుతుంది అలాంటి ఒక పర్టికులర్ ఆస్పెక్ట్ ఆఫ్ లైఫ్ లో ప్రాబ్లం అయితే అంటే దానికి కనెక్టెడ్ రెమెడీ చేయాల్సి పడుతుంది.
ఓకే మ్యామ్. ఇప్పుడు కేతు. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
ఓకే,
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Yeah, please ask your question.
Just going. I have got Kalasarpa dosha. In that, actually, what I have to ask, Rahu is in Meena Rashi. In between, the Ketu is this one, and all the planets are in between. But what happened? No, Rahu is in 8 degree, and then Venus, and then another planet is in 27, 28 degree. Even then, it is dosha we have to consider.
No, the last part of the question was not audible. Rahu is at 8 degrees, Venus is at 27 degrees, something you said.
I think let them post in the group, madam. I think that will be better.
Yeah. It's not clear.
Yeah. Hari Chandana.
నమస్తే మేడం.
నమస్తే మా.
మేడం ఇప్పుడు మనకి మనీ ప్లాంట్ కూడా క్రీపరే కదండి మేడం మనకు.
క్రీపరే కానీ ఏమంటే ఫుల్ గోడలకి రాకూడదు. యాడో ఒక దీనికి టచ్ కాకుండా పెట్టింటే పర్వాలేదు, దానికి ఒక సపోర్ట్ చేసేసి మనీ ప్లాంట్ ని గ్రో చేస్తే పర్వాలేదు. బట్ ఈ క్రీపర్స్ కంప్లీట్ ఇంటికంతా అయ్యేది, మరి గోడలకంతా తెగిలి గ్రో అయ్యేది అట్లా చేయకూడదు. ఇంటి వాల్ కి
మనం మామూలుగా బయట కట్టుకుంటాము గుమ్మానికి మనీ ప్లాంట్, అదైతే
ఓకే.
కేతు కాంబినేషన్ చేసినట్టేం కాదు కదండి మేడం. కేతుని మనం ఎఫెక్ట్ అయ్యేలాగా చేసేటట్టు.
యాక్చువల్లీ అది ఆ కాంబినేషన్ చేసినట్లే, బికాస్ క్రీపర్స్ అంతా కేతు. సో మీరు ఆడ కట్టినారంటే అది అదే కాంబినేషన్ చేసినట్లే. మీరు దాన్ని సెపరేట్ గా తీసి దానికే ఒక సపోర్ట్ ఏమైనా పెట్టి దాన్ని గ్రో చేసుకోండి, పర్వాలేదు.
ఇంటికి మాత్రం హౌస్ కి కట్ తగలకుండా పక్కన
టచ్
ఏమన్నా
చేయదు.
పెట్టుకొని
అవును
చేసుకున్నాం.
అవును అవును
ఇప్పుడు
అవును.
మార్స్ కేతు కాంబినేషన్ లో ఉంటే మార్స్ కి అది కరేజ్ అగ్రెసివ్నెస్, ఈ కేతు వల్ల డిటాచ్ అవ్వాలి కానీ మనకెందుకు మేడం అవి యాంప్లిఫై అవుతుంది.
ఎలాంటే రెండు అగ్నితత్వ, ఇది కేతును అగ్నితత్వ, హెడ్లెస్ ప్లానెట్. ఇది మార్స్ గానీ ఒక అగ్నితత్వ. సో రెండు చేరి అది ఇంకా జాస్తి అయిపోతుంది. కానీ అటాచ్మెంట్ ఉండదు, అటాచ్మెంట్ యాక్షన్స్ తో ఉండదు. మార్స్ ఇస్ అటాచ్మెంట్, ఇది యాక్షన్ కాబట్టి మనము యాక్షన్ చేస్తానో ఆ యాక్షన్ కి మనకి ఒక అటాచ్మెంట్ ఉండదు, కానీ అగ్రెషన్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది.
అది ఎందువల్ల వస్తుంది అగ్రెషన్?
బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫైరీ తత్వ ఆఫ్ ద ప్లానెట్స్. ఫైర్ అండ్ ఫైర్ జాయిన్ అయ్యి జాస్తి అవుతుంది అది.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ మేడం. చాలా బాగుంది మేడం సెషన్.
వెల్కమ్.
Uday Kiran.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
How to say that a planet is whether it is strong or weak, madam?
Strong. Yeah. When do you say a planet is strong? When it is in its own house, exalted house, Mula Trikona house, in a friend's house, then you can say the planet is strong. If it is an enemy house, debilitated, then you say the planet is weak.
Okay. And one more question, madam. And if we say that seventh house lord is in second house.
No, now still you don't know about house concept. So I'll answer that when we teach about houses. So now it's only about planets.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
AVCI phone.
Ma'am, Savita.
Yes, ma.
Madam, ఇప్పుడు లగ్నంలో కేతు ఉంటే ఏమి? కన్యా రాశిలో లగ్నము కేతు.
ఇప్పుడు మనం లగ్నం గురించి ఇంకా చెప్పే ఉండలేదు మా. లగ్నం చెప్పినప్పుడు నేను చెప్తాను దాని గురించి.
ఓకే మేడం, ఆశ్లేష బలి ಮತ್ತೆ కాలసర్పయోగం ఒకటేనా వేరే వేరేనా?
వేరే వేరే మాది.
వేరే వేరేనా మేడం? ఇప్పుడు కేతు వీనస్ ఉంటే ఏం పరిహారము?
దాంట్లో ఇచ్చాను కదమ్మా, అన్ని కేతుకి రెమెడీస్ అన్ని ఇచ్చినాను కదా, అది యావదన చేయొచ్చు.
ఓకే మేడం, థ్యాంక్ యూ మేడం, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఓకే మా.
నమస్తే మేడం.
నమస్తే మా.
ఇప్పుడు ఒక దీంట్లో కేతు 13 డిగ్రీ, మార్స్ 51 డిగ్రీ, వీనస్ 25 డిగ్రీ, అన్ని ఒకే సింహరాశిలో ఉంది.
ఓకే,
దోషం ఉంది. ఇది దీనికి పరిహారం చేసుకోవాలన్నా ఇది కేతు 13 డిగ్రీ ఉంటే మార్స్ 21 అంటే ఆల్రెడీ ఇదైంది కదా, అయింది. సో దాని నుంచి ఏం లేదు కదా.
అవును, కొంచెం ఎఫెక్ట్ తక్కువ ఉంటుంది బికాజ్ ఇట్స్ గోయింగ్
ఉంటుంది. అయితే
21 degrees 13 degrees కదా. సో ఆల్మోస్ట్ 7-8 degrees డిఫరెన్స్ ఉంది. కొంచెం ఇంటెన్సిటీ తక్కువ ఉంటుంది, బట్ ఎఫెక్ట్ ఉంటుంది.
ఇంకొకటి వీనస్ 25 డిగ్రీ ఉంది,
దానికి అంత ఎఫెక్ట్ ఉండదు బికాస్ అది దూరం ఉంది.
మార్స్ కొంచెం ఎఫెక్ట్ అవుతుంది.
అవును, ద నియరెస్ట్ ప్లానెట్ యాವುದು ఉందో దానికి ఎఫెక్ట్ ఉంటుంది.
ఓకే, మరి 9th ఆస్పెక్ట్ ఇస్ లగ్న.
ఓకే, నో ప్రాబ్లం.
నో విజయ. థ్యాంక్ యూ మేడం.
నమస్తే మేడం.
నమస్తే మేడం. నమస్తే
మేడం, మా బాబా దాంట్లో 9వ ఇంట్లో కేతు ఉన్నాడు మేడం, 3వ ఇంట్లో రాహు ఉన్నాడు మేడం. అన్ని గ్రహాలన్నీ ఇప్పుడు 12వ ఇంటి వైపే ఉన్నాయి మేడం. అది కాలసర్పదోషం కిందకి వస్తుంది మేడం?
కాదు, మీరు రాహు యా రాశిలో ఉంది చెప్పండి, కేతు యా రాశిలో ఉంది చెప్పండి
మేడం. రాహు వచ్చి 3వ ఇంట్లో ఉన్నాడు మేడం.
నో నో 3వ ఇల్లు కాదు, పేరు, ఆ రాశి పేరు.
పోస్ట్ చేయండి ఏంటో మేడం, అది లేకపోతే later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
post
let
it in
me-
the WhatsApp group and then you can add.
Yes.
నాగేంద్ర కుమార్ అన్మ్యూట్ చేసుకోవాలి మీరు, నాగేంద్ర కుమార్.
Good evening,
10
madam.
more minutes, Sante, so make it fast, please.
Madam, very wonderful class today we have. What
Thank
you
you,
have
sir.
taught, 100% I have experienced everything. I struggled a
Oh.
lot in. So,
Okay.
so if we follow remedies, it will be decrease, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Undoubtedly. Do the remedies. It will help.
And I put a money plant in window. It is okay.
See, sir, it should not touch the walls of the house.
No, only it is in window.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay, sir.
రాజేశ్వరి.
హలో నమస్తే అక్క.
నమస్తే మా.
గురు కేతు జట్లా ఉండే కాంబినేషన్ కి మీరు హార్స్ గ్రామ్ ని కింద మూట కట్టేసి పిలో కింద పెట్టుకొని పొద్దున్నే ఇయ్యండి అని చెప్పారు సేమ్ డే. బట్ ఫిష్ కి మనం ఇచ్చేదానికి, ఫిష్ కి ఇచ్చేదానికి కానీ ఫిష్ కి ఇచ్చు, లేదు అంటే మీరు హార్స్ కి ఇమ్మని చెప్తున్నారు.
హార్స్ కి లేకపోతే ఇది బర్డ్స్ కి.
బర్డ్స్ కి ఇమ్మని చెప్తున్నారు. సో ఇప్పుడు రెండు లేకున్నప్పుడు, ఆప్షన్ లేకున్నప్పుడు ఆవుకి ఏమని ఇచ్చిన
పెట్టచ్చు మా, పెట్టచ్చు. బట్ బర్డ్స్ వేస్తే మంచిది. ఉండే ఉంటుంది కదా ఈ పార్వాళాల్లో, బర్డ్స్ ఉండే ఉంటుంది. ఎడన పార్క్ లోనే
టెరెస్ పైన వేయచ్చిన.
వేయచ్చు.
ఓకే, బట్ అది లగ్నంలో ఉంటే కూడా అదే రెమెడీ అప్లై అవుతుందా మ్యామ్?
ఇప్పుడు లగ్నంది అవంతా వద్దు, ఇది ఉత్త ప్లానెట్స్ ది మీరు నేర్చుకున్నారు కాబట్టి ప్లానెట్స్ మాత్రం చేసుకోండి. నెక్స్ట్ క్లాసెస్ లో మీకు తెలుస్తుంది.
ఓకే, అంటే నా లగ్నంలో గురువు విత్ కేతు ఉండేది కాబట్టి నేను అది చేయొచ్చా వద్దా? ఇప్పుడు
ఖండితంగా చేయొచ్చు.
చేయొచ్చా? ఓకే.
రఘుస్ ఫోన్. You have to unmute Raghu.
ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಮೇಡಮ್.
ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಮಾ.
ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳ ಜಾತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಚಂದ್ರ ಮತ್ತೆ ರಾಹು ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೇತು ಜೊತೆ ರವಿ, ಗುರು, ಬುಧ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ. ನೀವ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ಗುರು ಇದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಚುವಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಬಟ್ ರಿಲಿಜಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಇರುವಾಗ ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ? ಇಷ್ಟು ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಕೇತು ಜೊತೆ
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಕೇತು ಜೊತೆ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಇವಾಗ 3 ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಕೇತು ಜೊತೆ, ಯಾವ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಕೇತು
ಗುರು ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಗುರು ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಬುಧ ಮತ್ತೆ
ಇವಾಗ ಬುಧ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? ಬುಧ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? ಕೇತು ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ?
ಬುಧ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ 3 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಇದೆ. ಕೇತು 20 ಡಿಗ್ರೀಸ್ ಇದೆ.
ತುಂಬಾ ದೂರ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಕೇತುಗೂ ಬುಧಗೂ ತುಂಬಾ ದೂರ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇದು ಸೂರ್ಯ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ?
ರವಿ 2 ಡಿಗ್ರೀಸ್, ಕೇತು 20 ಡಿಗ್ರೀಸ್.
ಸೊ ಕೇತು 20 ಡಿಗ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬರೋದು ಯಾವುದು? ಡಿಸೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಾಗ 20 ಇಂದ 19, 18, 17 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. 3 ಡಿಗ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋದು ಯಾವುದು? ಬುಧ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ.
ಬುಧ 3 ಡಿಗ್ರೀಸ್. ಹೌದು.
ಬುಧ ಕೇತು ರೆಮಿಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸಾಕು.
ಮತ್ತೆ ರಿಲಿಜಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಚುವಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾವ ತರ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಲಿಜಿಯಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಚುವಲ್
ರಿಲಿಜನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಗಳು ಮಾಡೋದು. ಇವಾಗ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಒಂದು ಪದ್ಧತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಒಂದೊಂದು ರಿಲಿಜನ್ದು, ಅದನ್ನ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ರಿಲಿಜಿಯಸ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಚುವಾಲಿಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಹೇಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ, ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಆ ಒಂಥರ ಮನೋಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ನಿಜ, ಯಾವ್ದು ನಿಜವಾದ ಒಂದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಆತರ ಒಂದು ಮೆಂಟಾಲಿಟಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ.
Hello ma'am, good evening.
Good evening sir.
Ma'am, there is a 8th aspect of Mars on Ketu. Is it also Mars Ketu conjunction?
Yes sir. It is Mars Ketu combination only.
So we can have a same remedy which you mentioned.
Yes sir, yes, you can do that. if you're having the problems which I mentioned, like Mars, Ketu, say if you're having any kind of litigation or disturbance in your relationship or disputes in your landed property, then you have to do it. If you're not having any problems, then you don't have to do a remedy. See, for all the problems, I mean, all the combinations, if you're having a problem with that combination, something in your life, then you should do the remedy. Otherwise, it's not
Yeah,
required.
there are some problems on relationships. That's why. So
Okay.
because Ketu is not aspecting on Mars, but Mars is aspecting on Ketu.
Yeah. Since Mars is aspecting on Ketu, that combination is there. Mars-Ketu combination is there.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Meena's iPad. Please be on camera, and then when I click on unmute, you have to unmute, otherwise you will not get a chance. Meena's iPad. Okay, we'll move on to next. Zoom user, no name. Zoom user. Okay, I'm going to next. Sneha.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, Sneha.
Thank you for the session. They are very wonderful. Ma'am, you were mentioning about one habit that creates Mercury and Ketu effects. Unknowingly, I do that very obsessively, ma'am, meddling with my hair. I can't tell you, probably 10-15 years, I won't even leave 1 second. I was very surprised when you were saying. Do you suggest any particular remedy? I understand I have to operate with awareness from now on, but to the amount of dosha I've accumulated for the years now,
No
any
issues.
particular remedy you would like
No,
to?
don't worry. Just now you be aware and you don't do it. That's all. There's no particular remedy for that. Just abstain from doing that.
And what does it affect, ma'am? Can you tell one more time? You
See,
said
Mercury,
it particularly impacts
Ketu,
something.
you're talking about Mercury Ketu, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Mercury is all about learning, communication, your education, and your oration skills. Ketu is obstruction. So any kind of learning or any kind of education, there'll be an obstruction, or you might not be able to communicate properly.
Okay.
All these things will happen, or you might not have interest in your education. Ketu gives a detachment. So any of them.
Okay. So I can continue to do the generic remedies itself, ma'am?
Yeah. If you're having any problem, then you do the general remedy.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Sudharani, please ask your question.
నమస్తే మ్యామ్.
నమస్తే మా.
మ్యామ్, ఇది కేతు వచ్చేసి కర్కాటక రాశిలో ఉంది. కేతు అండ్ జూపిటర్.
ఓకే.
అండ్ అదే రాహు అండ్ సాటర్న్ వచ్చేసి మకర రాశిలో ఉంది. సారీ మ్యామ్, కరెంట్ పోయింది. నాకు జస్ట్ ఒక్క 1 minute. నెక్స్ట్ అగైన్
జోరుగా చెప్పండి, అర్థమవుతుంది.
మ్యామ్, కరెంట్ పోయింది. నెక్స్ట్ అడుగుతాను, వేరే వాళ్ళతో తీసుకోండి మ్యామ్.
ఫైన్.
Okay. Shashi Krishna. Please be on camera, and when I unmute, please ask your question. Shashi Krishna.
ఓకే సార్. ఓకే. స్టార్ట్ వీడియో. మ్యామ్, ఇప్పుడు మన జాతకంలో రెండును ఉంటుందా? సర్పదోషమును ఆమెటికి కేతామృత యోగమును
యాదలో ఒకటి ఉంటుంది
అంతే కదండి మ్యామ్. ఇంకొకటి మ్యామ్, వృశ్చిక రాశిలో రాహు ఉన్నది, వృషభ రాశిలో కేతు ఉన్నది.
ఓకే.
అంటే ఇప్పుడు మనము ఇది చేసుకోవాలనా? రెమెడీస్ ఏమైనా ఫాలో చేయాలనా?
ఎందుకు లేదు, అక్కర్లేదు.
ఎలా అంటే ఇప్పుడు రాహు వృశ్చిక రాశిలో ఉన్నది, అంటే తులారాశిలో గురువు ఉన్నది.
సరే.
ఇది లగ్నంలో వచ్చి కేతు ఉన్నది.
ఓకే.
మా కొడుకుది మిథున రాశి.
కాదు, రాహు నింకనో కేతు నింకనో ఏదైనా కాంబినేషన్ అయింది అంటే రెమెడీ చేసుకోవాలా, లేకపోతే నెసెసిటీ?
రాహు కేతులో ఏమీ కాంబినేషనే లేదు మ్యామ్.
అంటే రాహు కేతు జట్లో
ఆస్పెక్ట్స్ మాత్రం ఉంది.
ఆస్పెక్ట్ చేస్తుంది కదా, యా ప్లానెట్ ని ఆస్పెక్ట్ చేస్తూ దాని కాంబినేషన్.
కేతు వచ్చి రవి శుక్ర సెకండ్ హౌస్, రెట్రోగ్రేడ్ తానే మేషాలో రవి శుక్ర ఉన్నది.
ఓకే.
రాహుకి వచ్చి గురువు ఉన్నది ఇది తులారాశిలో. తులారాశిలో.
ఓకే
అయితే మ్యారేజ్ వచ్చి లేట్ అవుతా ఉంది. నేను ఏదైనా రెమెడీస్ ఏం చేసుకోవాలా ఏమి?
కేతు శుక్రుని కనెక్షన్ ఉందా?
కేతు శుక్రుని కనెక్షన్ లేదు మ్యామ్. ఆ కేతు వచ్చి 10th హౌస్ కి వస్తే 9th హౌస్ కి వస్తేను ఏమి ఆస్పెక్టే లేదు, ఖాళీ ఉంది.
మ్యారేజ్ కి దీనికి కనెక్షన్ లేదు, బట్ మీకేమైనా ఈ ప్లానెట్ తో కనెక్షన్ అయింది అంటే కనుక చేసుకోవాలా. దానికి కనెక్టెడ్ ఆస్పెక్ట్ లో ఏమైనా ప్రాబ్లం అవుతుంది అంటే రెమెడీ చేసుకోవాలా, లేకపోతే ఏం నెసెసరీ.
కేతు రాహుకి ఏది ఇది 2nd హౌస్, 5th హౌస్, 9th హౌస్ ఏమీ ఆస్పెక్ట్ లేదండి మ్యామ్.
ప్లానెట్స్
సెకండ్ హౌస్ మాత్రం ఆస్పెక్ట్ ఉంది. కేతుకి వచ్చి రవి శుక్ర ఉండదు.
అదే నేను చెప్పింది, పెండ్లి మీకు లేట్ అవుతా ఉంది అంటే ఆడ శుక్రునితో కేతు కనెక్షన్ ఆయి కదా. శుక్ర అంటే పెండ్లి, కేతు అంటే కట్ చేసేది. సో ఆడ మీకు కనెక్షన్ ఆయి కదా, వీనస్ అండ్ కేతు కనెక్షన్. అందుకోసమే మీకు పెండ్లి నిదానం అవుతా ఉంది. సో కేతు కనెక్టెడ్ జనరల్ రెమెడీస్ ఏమైనా చేసుకోండి, మంచిది.
కేతు రిలేటెడ్ రెమెడీస్ తీసుకుంటే మనకి అవుతుంది. ఇంకొకటి మ్యామ్, కేతుకి వచ్చి ఉలువులు కదా, ఉలువుల్ని నానబెట్టి ఆవుకి పెట్టకపోతే ఆవు పెట్టద్దండి అంటారు మాతో, ఎందుకు?
ఆ ఉలువులు ఆవు పెట్టే పని లేదు, అది పక్షులకో లేకపోతే ఫిష్ కో వేయాల.
అవునా?
ఆవు పెట్టాలంటే ఏమైనా అంటుపండో లేక బియ్యం నానబెట్టి బెల్లం కలిపేసి పెట్టండి.
పెట్టచ్చు. అదే మీరు లాస్ట్ టైం చెప్పారు కదా, గురువారమే నానబెట్టి శుక్రవారం రోజు పెట్టాలి అని చెప్పినారు. అది అయితే మరి ఇప్పుడు నేను కేతుది ఒకటి రెమెడీస్ చేసుకోవాలా, రాహుదేమి లేదు?
గణేష్ లేదు, వద్దు, గణేష్కి మొక్కోండి బాగా.
గణేషునికి మొక్కున్నారు. ఓకే మ్యామ్, థ్యాంక్ యూ మ్యామ్, థ్యాంక్ యూ. నమస్తే.
నమస్తే.
Nagaraj, please ask only one question. There are a lot of people who are complaining that they don't get a chance.
Hello, madam.
Hello, sir.
Madam, సింహాల శని కేతు రెండు ఉంది. రెండు రెట్రో కడతా?
రెండు రెట్రో ఉంది. శని రెట్రో ఉందా?
అది తెలీదు, బట్ శని కేతు ఉండే వల్ల మూమెంట్ రెట్రో కదా.
అవును, కరెక్ట్.
సో దానికి ఎఫెక్ట్ పరిహారం చేసుకోవాలనా?
చేసుకోండి.
బోత్ ఆర్ కంజెస్టెడ్.
సరే చేసుకోండి. శని కేతు జట్లో ఉంటే అది పరిహారం చేసుకోండి, కేతు పరిహారం చేసుకోండి.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్స్.
ఓకే.
నళిని.
I think she's not available.
I'm here, madam.
Yes,
Nalini is here. Yeah, my video is not working, madam. This chart is about my son's chart. Janma Rashi is Mesha Rashi. That is Ketu is there, and in the he has this Ketu Amrita Yoga, I think so, because in between only Mars is coming, so I don't know what it is like. Between Ketu and Rahu, in the what to say, Saturn, Mercury, Sun, Jupiter, Venus, all this is there, but on the right side only Mars is there. So does he have this?
No, that dosha or yoga is not there, ma.
Not there, but it is highly spiritual and doesn't stick to any job. So what
Saturn
remedy?
Ketu might be there, that's why.
Nivedita.
Any remedy?
Madam, good evening, madam.
Good evening, ma.
I appreciate your classes, madam. Madam, one question I wanted to ask you, whether Mercury and Ketu will affect the marriage life, madam?
No. Marriage is only Venus.
Okay, madam. And one more thing, this creeper of money plant, can I creep it to the balcony railing, madam?
Yeah, you can keep it. But
window
see
railing,
that it doesn't grow too much, because if it touches the house and it grows too much, Venus Ketu combination is created.
No, it is not growing too much, but I'm creeping it to the railing, madam, railing of the balcony and railing of the windows.
Okay, fine.
Thank you, madam.
Oppo A98. Oppo A98. Okay. Shanthi, Vinay.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, as usual, the class was amazing. Lot of interesting things that we learned.
Thank you.
Ma'am, my question is, when Ketus or Rahu, when they through the aspect, if there are multiple planets, then also we should go by which is sorry, the decreasing whatever first comes in the path.
Yeah. Actually, that goes a little bit minute, but overall, when you're seeing the aspect, you can take the whole. I mean, whichever planet is there on the aspect, you can take it as a combination.
All the planets.
Yeah.
All the planets that are affected then.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Motorola.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome.
Motorola. There are 2 Motorolas.
Hello.
Yeah.
Ma'am, if for single planet, if there is a both aspect of Ketu and Rahu, what happens, ma'am?
No, you'll not get like that.
No, because Mars is aspecting 8th house on Ketu.
Okay.
Eighth aspect of Mars is on Ketu.
Okay.
And second aspect of Rahu on Mars.
So you have to take the aspect of Rahu only, because Rahu's impact on Mars is more. Here, Mars is looking at Ketu. Ketu is not looking at Mars, but Rahu is looking at Mars. So Rahu-Mars combination will be much more impactful.
So which remedy I should take, ma'am?
Rahu-Mars. Rahu-Mars.
Okay.
Yes.
And Ketu and retro Shani is there? There is no remedy required?
What?
If there is a Ketu in retro Shani house conjunction, is there any
You mean
remedy required?
retro Shani is with Ketu?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, then remedy is not required because the planet is retro, it will not be affected.
Okay, I need only Mars Rahu remedy.
Yes, right.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello, ma'am. Nice as usual. Nice, ma'am. We can't say anything about your classes. It's super. And then ఒకే ఒకటి క్రీపర్ చెప్తారు కదా మేడం, ఆ క్రీపర్ వచ్చి బీటలేసి తమలపాకు చెట్టు కాంపౌండ్ పోయింది, ఇంటికి ఏమి టచ్ అయ్యింది, పర్వాలేదా?
పర్వాలేదు.
ఇంటికి టచ్ కాకూడదు
ఇంటికి టచ్ కాకూడదు. కరెక్ట్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Gangadhar.
Girish sir, this will be the last question.
Last question, yes, madam, because I also have to go. Gangadhar, you have to unmute.
I think he's not available.
Yeah, he just dropped off. And he was the one who was complaining he is not getting any questions. Okay, Rupashri.
Hello.
Sir, namaste. Yes, go on.
సార్ నమస్తే. మేడం నమస్తే. నేను చాలా ట్రై చేస్తున్నాను. అది ఇక్కడ ఒకటి మేడం, కుంభలగ్నం నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అయింది. కుంభంలో కేతు ఉన్నాడు, తర్వాత సింహంలో రాహు ఉన్నాడు.
ఓకే.
ఆ మధ్యలోనే అన్ని ప్లానెట్స్ ఉన్నాయి. మీనంలో గురువు ఉన్నాడు, అట్లనే మేషం నుండి వరుసగా సింహం వరకు ప్లానెట్స్ ఉన్నాయి.
ఓకే.
ఆ పాపకి మ్యారేజ్ అవ్వడం లేదండి.
దానికి వేరే ఏమైనా కాంబినేషన్, ఇది రాహుకేతు ఇది చేయించండి.
పరస్పరము మ్యూచువల్ ప్లానెట్స్ ఉన్నాయి రాహుకేతువుకు. ఇక్కడ శతభిషంలో ఉన్నాడు, అక్కడేమో మకలో ఉన్నాడు.
కాదు, రాహుకేతు మధ్యలో అన్ని ప్లానెట్స్ ఉంది కాబట్టి కాలసర్ప దోష ఉంది. కాలసర్ప దోష ఉన్నప్పుడు పెండ్లి సానాన్ని నిదానం అవుతుంది. మీరు యాదన కాలసర్ప దోష నివారణ పూజ చేయించండి, కుక్కేలోనో లేకపోతే యాదన కాళహస్తిలోనో అట్లా ఏడన్నా కాలసర్ప దోష నివారణ పూజ చేయించండి, అవుతుంది.
అది ఇక్కడ ధర్మపురి, జగిత్యాల దగ్గర ధర్మపురి లక్ష్మీనరసింహస్వామి టెంపుల్లో చేయించుకొచ్చారు.
చేయించిండారా? ఓకే, మంచిది.
అది అమ్మాయి డేట్ ఆఫ్ బర్త్ 98 30th May. ఇప్పటికి 8 years అవుతుంది. మరి పాపకి కావట్లేదు ఎందుకు?
అది హారోస్కోప్ డీటెయిల్ గా చూడాలండి. దీన్ని ఇంకా అయితే మీరు పూజ చేపిస్తే అది నివారణ అవుతుంది.
కేతు శతభిషంలో ఉన్నాడు, రాహు ఏమో మకా 4 లో ఉన్నాడు. ఆ మధ్యలోనే ఉన్నాయి ప్లానెట్స్ అన్ని.
అది కాలసర్ప దోష, అందుకోసము. అది నేను రెమెడీస్ ఇచ్చినాను కదా, అది ఫాలో చేయండి, హెల్ప్ అవుతుంది.
ఇంకొకటి మేడం, లాస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్, వన్ మోర్ క్వశ్చన్. ఇక్కడ మకర లగ్నానికి ధనుస్సులో బుధుడు, కుజుడు, రాహు ఉన్నారు. తర్వాత 5th house లో వృషభంలో కేతువుతో పాటు రెట్రోగ్రేడ్ జూపిటర్ ఉన్నాడు.
ఓకే,
ఇది కాల అవుతుందా అండి? మకర లగ్నం మకరం
లగ్నం విడిచేయండి. రాహుకేతు మధ్యలో అన్ని గ్రహాలు ఉందా అని చూడండి అంతే.
రాహుకేతు ఉన్నాయండి.
రాహుకేతు మధ్యలో అన్ని గ్రహాలు ఉంటే అవుతుంది.
అయితే విశాఖలో అది ఆశ్లేష లాస్ట్ కి ఇక్కడ కుజుడు ఉన్నాడు కాబట్టి లేనట్టే కదండి?
అట్లే కాదండి, రాహుకేతు గ్రహాల మధ్యలో అన్ని వేరే గ్రహాలు ఉంటే అది దోషమని. మీరు ఇక్కడ నక్షత్రాలు చూసే అవసరం లేదు, గ్రహాలను ఒకటే చూడాల. ఆ 2 రాహుకేతు మధ్యలో గ్రహాలు ఉంటే దోషమైనట్ల.
అది వృషభం నుండి వృశ్చికం వరకు ఉన్నాయండి ప్లానెట్స్.
ఓకే, వృషభం ఇంకా వృశ్చికం వరకు ఉంటారు. సో రాహుకేతు ఏడున్నాయి?
రాహు వృశ్చికంలో ఉన్నాడు, వృషభంలో కేతు ఉన్నాడు.
సో అవుతుంది కదా. సో అన్ని గ్రహాలు ఉండేది వృషభం ఇంకా వృశ్చికం వరకునా?
వృషభం నుండి వృశ్చికం వరకు
కాలసర్పదోషం ఉంది.
దీనికి రెమెడీ లగ్నం వచ్చేసి మకరమైంది.
పర్వాలేదు, లగ్నం బయట ఉన్నాను, గ్రహాలు లోగా ఉంటే అది దోషమే. ఆ దోషానికి ఎన్నో రెమెడీస్ ఇచ్చినాను కదా, దాన్ని ఫాలో చేయండి, హెల్ప్ అవుతుంది.
ఈ రిట్రోగ్రేడ్ అవ్వడం ఏమన్నా ఇబ్బంది?
We'll stop here because it's taking too much time.
Yeah.
Thank you, madam. Thank you again.
Yes, sir. Thanks to all of you. I hope you found this session interesting. Have a wonderful weekend ahead. See you next week. Thank you. Namaste.